It's our very first day of shooting Dispatched, and of course it is raining. This was not the plan, but now we have to deal with it, so this will be fun.
People always ask me, does it get easier like with each film? So no, and actually it doesn't, because every single film is different.
Let's rock and roll.
Have at least one guy with like 4 guns just like That was great.
That was really good. I like that one.
Okay. Look good? Yeah. Look at this.
Stop raining.
Oh, that's good.
No, that didn't happen. Is that real?
Yeah.
That's real?
Yeah, he slipped pretty good.
Yeah.
On what? How'd that?
The road. Shit.
Yep.
You hit, you just...
Landed on
good
the road's cracked. Landed on the crack and just
Oh, dang.
Yeah, I have definitely been inspired by Jackie Chan. I grew up on Jackie Chan, so when I watch that, I'm like, they're like fighting over just a gun. And you think, oh, just grab the gun and then shoot. But no, we gotta make this a 10-minute thing. And there's a lot of back and forth. You kick the gun, catch, somebody else comes in, takes it away. They have to punch over here, the gun shoots, you duck, and you know, these kind of things. He's killing that guy, this guy's killing that guy, and there's a guy in the middle. So I always think that that's very fun.
Action!
The more like intricate you can make it, the more interesting I think it is to watch.
There are a lot of stuff that surprised me about Jarrod. I don't understand how he has so much patience.
Yeah, you like it?
He's one of the most patient people I've ever met. And he actually gave me a lesson of patience, you know. I actually consider myself a patient person, but then I met like the master of patience here, you know.
So this should logically work, that this thing of blood is in here. He punches me, it explodes. Looks painful.
Did you ever test it beforehand?
No, we did not test it.
My favorite fight scene is with Jose because it's a story-driven fight scene. I come after him, I want to get the bag. Once I get the bag, my goal is to handcuff him. So there's a story that is developing as the fight is going on. It's just like, I'm not just trying to beat him up, I'm trying to get something out of it.
I was happy to see that Jarrod actually, him and I have a relatively similar personality, so every joke he says in English, we actually do the same jokes back at home, so he has a good sense of humor and I have too, so we're practically always laughing about stuff, and we don't take most of the stuff that's happening around us, we don't take it personal, and we just try to have fun as much as we can. And
I came all the way from Puerto Rico to do this. They're making me put this weird headgear to do a scene, and I'm happy for it.
I think the most challenging thing was that Jarrod is a perfectionist. He like really likes to get exactly what he's, you know, wanting, which is kind of hard, especially when you have like no budget and like things of that nature.
I don't know what it's like to do a movie with any money. So I only know how to make a movie with no budget. I think if somebody said, here's $100 grand to make a movie, I'd be like, I don't even know what to do with this.
We would do like 30, 40, 50 takes of one thing. And it's so difficult because he would have to set up the shot, and especially if he was in the shot, then he'd have to like turn the camera over to somebody else and then put himself in the shot and then recheck and make sure he was in the right place.
Now he's going to tear apart your shooting.
I mean, it was a lot harder just because he was editing, directing, producing, in it, wrote it. So I think that was like the most difficult part.
We'll go again. I'll come in a little bit quicker too.
I'll really try to be smooth. I just
This, and this. Yeah, I'll take that roll. I'm not sure which one's
Doing a production like this,
I didn't have a chance to
such a
test it
grand
yet.
scale with no budget, is just so impressive to me. One thing that I really enjoy is doing camera, but it's very challenging because Jarrod's very picky about his shots.
I'm a very impatient person, so waiting for all of the sets and like the setups and stuff like that, that was really hard.
yeah, it's on there.
Oh, why'd you do this to me?
You know how your own equipment works? What are you doing?
This is brand new. I don't know. Have you monitors? What are these?
This is the first one. I followed them.
I liked shooting a lot of stuff in the hotel. I think the hotel was the most fun and the most relaxing. We had like 3 rooms that we were able to just kind of go in. And if we were tired, we could just go there and take a nap and rest on the bed. Anytime that we were elsewhere, where it was hot or sticky, there was no bed. Anywhere there was no bed was not fun.
Action.
Katrina was really fun to work with. When we did our scene at the hotel, the breakfast scene, that was a lot of fun.
Ow! Alright, you missed the punches. You didn't follow through yet.
I did follow through.
No, but the kick in the ass
there
is
was
good.
space. We're at my dad's paintball course. My brother and him built this. Strangely enough, I've never actually gone paintballing before. You have?
Yeah, so you're getting pretty much get your butt kicked, I think.
Great.
Getting hit by the paintball was like, he was like 2 feet away from me, and the paintball scene we had to do like 10 times, and he kept shooting me in the thigh instead of the side of the leg, so.
Alright, hold on. And action.
Oh, you okay?
That hurt.
Jarrod as a director is very laid back. He's so easy to work with. He never got stressed out. For some reason, I don't know how. He worked so long, like every day. I think one day we worked like 21 hours at the hotel. It was crazy. And he always kept us cool. Wait, punch me real quick. Do it again.
The thing that surprised me most about Kaylyn is we're shooting the breakfast scene, and Dan is supposed to punch her, right? And I was like, well, you know, you don't have to fall, you know, so hard or whatever. I told her, I was like, just kind of like grab yourself. But she's like, no, I'm just gonna just wail myself. And I was like, okay.
I'm not finished with him yet.
That was perfect.
No, it wasn't.
And she's just like, that didn't look good. Let me do it again. She was like so tough. It's like this tiny little person who's like, I got this. Punch me in the face. And I was like, okay, all right, calm down.
I'm not finished with him yet. Ow! Privacy laws, you know.
Whoa. What's going on here? Hold on, partner.
The first day I filmed, I didn't know what I was supposed to dress up like because Jarrod just said, oh, you're going to be a gangster, just bring a suit. Well, I actually had my hair puffed up in a big afro.
Yeah, because.
And then you gave Dan that shirt because, you know, Dan didn't have like any suit stuff with him or something.
Line her up before we go and bring that black line just a little bit.
But it's good on center, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, do you want to try one more where I break it down?
Yeah, go.
Jarrod allows everybody to be kind of creative, and it really makes the whole atmosphere a lot more relaxed. And so I really enjoy working with everybody because of that atmosphere, everybody kind of becomes a family.
Right. You know, some producers, they just want you to do it straight script, that's it. You know, but when you're able to be creative and actually bring life to the character, not only with yours, but also what it does, it enhances not only the scene, but also characters in that scene. Like if I did a scene with Dan, and I'm able to be creative and say allow him to create. In addition, it helps the timing too, because we do talk and we know each other's personality and who we're talking to. It helps to enhance the character that we're portraying on film when we're actually exchanging dialogue with each other.
Hang on.
He didn't say action, race, chill.
And I think he also allows you to kind of you know, say things in the way that you feel like you would say them, or bring sort of like, you know, your own take on that character to the project. And, you know, if he has a different opinion about something, he'll tell you, but he'll never say like, no, that's dumb or that's stupid, you know. And I think that's really, really nice.
I'm very particular about who I work with. And not because I don't think that you're talented. A lot of it comes down, is this person going to show up? How involved are they in this film? Like, I don't just give a role like, yeah, okay, you know, unless it's a very tiny role. But like the main roles, I have to believe that they believe in the project as much as I do. They need to know. No money. Sorry, can't pay you. I wish I could, but I'm not even getting paid.
Oh, sure. Brooke, it's your dad.
The thing I love most about certain actors, like, oh my God, this is taking forever. It's like, you got it easy, all right? I got to take this home and put this stuff together.
So we are getting ready to do John's Fall of Death here. Are you excited, John? No?
Jonathan Kramer, I think that's how you say his name, the guy in the opening scene, he had never done a fight scene before. He was fit, he could run really fast, it was hard for me to keep up with him. I had to tell him to slow down a little bit, I'm an old man. You know?
Cleared it that time. I think I got my hands like 3 more years.
I think you like it.
Yeah. He's a fit guy, but yeah, no experience in the fighting, and that was hard for him.
So John, how you feeling?
Sore.
Sore? Why?
Sore as hell.
I don't understand. You like jumped or something the other day?
A couple. We did a couple jumps.
Oh yeah?
Jumps and rolls and tackles.
My arm hurts actually just from that last 2 blocks.
Thanks for being gentle with me.
I was trying. It was a rough day. I don't want to run anymore, especially on rooftops. Hey Randy, you didn't do any running. Randy was scared to come up here.
Yeah, it was.
He's like, what, ladders?
Some of the challenges for me, I guess, was physical aspect of it. A lot of punching and running. Pretty new to all this stuff, so just some of the stamina aspects of it were pretty challenging.
This here, these are the plastic handcuffs that we needed for the fight. We thought 8 should suffice. We did 2 shots. We did 2 shots and we like broke them all. We're gonna need to get more.
This one was definitely different from all the other films I've done, a lot more physically demanding, and it's really fun to get the adrenaline pumping. I like the action.
All right, we'll finish later.
Time to get pizza. Bye.
Okay, so this is the tool that we use to scroll the whole thing down to assemble the crane. So after you have the weights on, you get this little baby right here and you put it in, and then you go like that. You see? It's all good, baby. Filmmaking forever.
I met Jose online. Well, he found me on YouTube. He saw my stunt reel, and then I saw his stunt reel. And then, of course, we were talking, and we both just, like, grew up loving Jackie Chan. And then I said, will you date me?
I came here, and after I was here, I was kind of nervous because I didn't know anyone. And Jarrod was always so good to me, you know, but still you feel like you're out of place. It is not your native language. I am from Puerto Rico. Most of the time I'm only speaking Spanish.
I told him, I was like, hey, you know, I'd like to fly out here to be in dispatch. He's like, oh, okay, yeah, that'd be great. He just kind of thought I was joking. And then I'm like, all right, okay, so you're going to play this role. And he's like, really? I'm like, yeah, we're going to fly out. No, really? And I'm like, yeah.
It's a good transition for you to, you already have you're on the other side already.
Okay, so just push me down and turn right away.
And when he told people that he was going to be in an English film, it made the paper because it was like, Jose's being flown to America to be in a movie. And it's like, well, yeah, but they made it seem like this was like this big Hollywood production. And I guess like he had said, yeah, your name came up in the Puerto Rican like papers or whatever. I was like, oh, okay.
The strangest thing happened. Like typically I do not bruise. Like you can beat me up no matter what, won't bruise. He'll never know that I was in a fight. But
Ooh, he's taking his shirt off.
But like going into an elevator, trying to stop a door, I actually kind of got bruised. It's already healing.
It doesn't look very manly. It's a pretty wimpy bruise.
I know, and it actually hurts.
So Jarrod's first bruise.
I do remember one day we were actually trying to get a fight scene done, and we couldn't get like one shot right that day. It was so frustrating for both of us.
Oh no, again.
Then after we finished that day, we edited some of it, it worked, and he said, don't worry, we'll go back tomorrow and we will do it again and it'll come out right.
So we just wrapped on Jose and I's fight scene. How do you feel about it?
Tired, but I'm happy. It was a tough fight scene to shoot. 4 days. 4 days of fight. A lot of takes. More than 1,000, but we did it.
Should be worth it. Hope you guys enjoy the fight. It's probably gonna suck.
Out! Oh, it was really funny. In the scene that I'm in the office scene, we actually shot that on 3 different days, I think. 3 different days, 3 different locations. So kind of weird that it's so seamless because, yeah, I mean, there was one room that we did Jarrod in, one room that we did me in, and then another room where we're walking out. And 3 different locations, 3 different days. So it's weird how it all comes together. I don't know, Jarrod's a magician when it comes to that kind of stuff. So
you do the turn, right? Like, Jake, how about you? And then come forward and be like, yeah, I don't know, so it's like, no, it's decided. Like, you're gonna chaperone my daughter. And they're like,
Okay.
I really can't afford to take that time off. And then you're just like, still kind of holding on to me. It's like, no, I'll take care of everything.
Okay.
Even though a lot of the scenes in the Bruisers nightclub was really challenging because we had so many obstacles to overcome. One day it was so incredibly hot, there was no air conditioning.
It's too hot in here.
Everyone was just sweating buckets.
All right, all gangsters on the stairs or at the top.
It was just frustrating, but it was fun. It was just, we worked in there all day, and it was like almost 100 degrees in there. So it kind of got a little intense. And
go gangster, go gangster, go gangster, go gangster, go.
Because I had to do the fight scene with Rick that day when there was no air.
Action!
And I was like, I'm not gonna wipe my sweat off. I think it'll help me look sickly. So I was the only one that was not wiping my sweat off. Everyone was like, oh, I want to look good on camera, wiping, and I'm just like, no, let it rain, you know.
I think the most difficult scene for me, which was for strange reasons, the scene at the end of the film where I've been knocked out and I'm just lying on a couch. And I think it was difficult because I just had to lie there and like play dead, but they were doing something very intricate in that scene in the background. They're fighting.
Action! Oh, there it finally happened.
It's okay. It's okay.
you guys are gonna owe each other massages.
All right. Again, being impatient, I'm like, come on, just let's go here. And I also hate being inactive, like just sitting. So I think mentally that was the worst for me because I just wanted to be like, just get it already.
I could say the fight scene was challenging, but I remember it wasn't as bad as previous films. It didn't break any bones or fracture anything, so.
Well, like everybody, I would say, yeah, the fight scenes are always the worst in every movie I've ever been in, but this one was particularly different because we had a time limit on when we could film it, because the bar, Bruisers, was going to be tore down and turned into a new bar called Stampede.
Then I trip over this and then I just die.
Yeah.
We're shooting the final fight scene with Rick, and we're at Bruisers. And we shot a few scenes there, and then all of a sudden the owner tells me, he's like, I'm shutting this place down. I'm like, what do you mean you're shutting it down? He's like, yeah, I'm gonna remodel it and I'm gonna make it into a country bar. Oh, okay, so can I finish? And at first, he said no at first. And I had to talk him into like letting us finish, like, please man, you don't understand. And he did, he was nice, and he let me finish. But he had remodeled a bunch of stuff, and if you look closely, you can see some things are torn apart. And I'm like, okay, well, whatever, it's fine. It's a rundown gangster club, that's all right.
Action!
Okay, that's no more spinning for me. But then, like, we had one more day that we had to do the fight scene, and he shut off all the electricity. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So I had to go and like, we had to get like these long extension cords and find power somewhere and bring it in and artificially light everything. I bought these like, those battery operated lights just to make it seem like there was still light coming down even though they gave off no light, just so that there was a little something. And I'm just like, how many more things can I possibly have to deal with for this one scene? And that's just one scene. So every scene has something that's like, you know, there's like a fan that's blowing or a heat vent or some air, and it's like, that's too loud. Oh, whatever, we're gonna have to dub it. So you just do what you have to get your movie done.
And then I was like, listen, buddy, you don't mess with the law.
That's so hot.
So you want to sleep with me?
The ambulance scene was tough. I was laying down almost the whole time. I really had to believe in my cinematographer for the day, Brian. I had to believe in him that he was going to get the shots that I needed, because I just didn't have time. We only had the ambulance for like 2 hours.
Ready?
I've been ready for...
Born ready.
For a minute. For about a quick minute.
So there wasn't a lot of time to like dink around. And if you tell Hollywood that like, you have 2 hours to shoot this scene, they'd be like, that can't be done. They'll spend all day on it. All day they would have spent on it. I mean, even if I had 4 hours, it would have been even better.
You're a dead man! You almost got my daughter killed! Almost! I knew I should have put Johnson on this. I want a full report when you get out of the hospital.
But when you are being lent something that would cost money to typically use, or not even be able to use at all for the most part, I was so lucky to find an ambulance that somebody was willing to bring by for 2 hours for us to shoot this.
We're good? Okay, cool.
I guess I'm just really excited that I got to work on this project. I'm really grateful to Jarrod and all, anyone who stopped out for him to hold the mic for a little bit or, help with the camera. Because I think he really is like a visionary in his field, in Midwestern independent filmmaking. So I'm really glad that we got to meet and that I got to be a part of this project. It's gonna be awesome.
It's funny because this place looks like a great time. It looks like a great time, and then you're filming and you're cutting your hand on whack-a-mole, and your feet are tired from doing Dance Dance Revolution. I don't even know how to do that. And then it's supposed to look like a good time, but it's miserable. It's terrible. I don't want to be here anymore.
If you're a filmmaker, I encourage you to write down your scripts, get those cameras out of their cases, and try to work, man. Work. There's no excuse. If you have the talent, if you have the passion, you just have to go and do it. Why don't we just rewind the whole shot and everything will go back in?
We had to move a bunch of furniture in order to make this look empty.
Isn't that hot? I thought everybody carried their couches like that.
That's how I sit on the couch.
Half of the challenge is getting the film made, and then the second half is getting it out there. Not even necessarily making money with it, just getting it out there. Film festivals are expensive, and there's not even a guarantee that you'll get in.
We buy the greatest guns on earth. We always make sure that we buy real guns, never fake BB guns that have orange tips.
And borrow the finest markers from all over the place.
Because I want people to see this and be like, gosh, I don't need a budget. I can make a movie without any money. That's fantastic, because people make excuses all the time, like, oh, I want to make this movie, but I don't have the money, I don't have the budget, and it's just like, you don't need that. You don't. I mean, find a way to tell your story.
You can take the stairs down.
Thank you. It's doable. What? Who put those stairs there? No, there's no stairs.
Why don't I just go up the stairs?
One more time from the top, then we'll start shooting, because I'm gonna... It's difficult, don't get me wrong. I mean, this was a very difficult project, and a lot of headaches, and a lot of time, and...
We're making a movie.
But it's so worth it in the end. You feel so proud, and it's a wonderful feeling.
This is actually my last scene on the movie, and I have some mixed feelings right now. I don't know if I should smile or cry, but I'm happy that I got this opportunity, and I want to give thanks to my buddy Jarrod Crooks for bringing me here and having all of this happen. So, continue doing your stuff and go for it, man.